So there is this man, and we're like,
Avoiding the man.
yeah, we're being social.
Like, Heath is getting ready to just sort of, like when people like see somebody coming across the road and they're like, I'm just gonna, get on the other side of the fucking street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, he's just kind of getting ready to do that, and so this man excuse me. Oh God, what the fuck accent was that? Voice acting is not my strong suit.
That was
I
in
repeat.
character. The entire
God.
thing.
Voice acting is not my strong suit. You know what? Fuck it. I think this is probably gonna be the only module I play as Sigmund. I think I'm just, or not Sigmund, Heath. And then after that, I'm probably just gonna keep playing as Sigmund because I am not good at voice acting. I would be a terrible voice actor as a profession. I'll just be sure to tell you who's speaking then, I guess. I'm not even gonna try with this shit. So you see this dude fucking approaching you, and to clarify, he looks like a knight, like he's got like fucking like a chain shirt on and shit and leather, but his like knight's helmet looks like a doctor mask. So he looks fucking terrifying. You can't see his face, and it's just this armed figure like approaching. And by the way, he has a morning star.
Oh.
Like those big fucking flail things. He's just walking up to you and, excuse me, do you mind helping me with something really quick? I found a boy in a ditch and I can't seem to get him out by myself.
Oh, I can carry thing.
Oh, wonderful. Do you mind following me then?
Guys, back me up. I don't want him to murder me.
No, we'll all come with you.
Guys, back me up.
I just
told her that we're coming. And as Heath, I say like, oh no, we're coming with you.
I know. I'm just saying it louder so the guy knows I'm scared.
I'm not going to. I don't have any interest in killing you.
Okay,
If I had interest in killing you, I would just kill you.
Okay, cool. Let's go find this boy that's trapped in like a ditch or a well or something. And then let's be on our way.
Alright, so you follow the mysterious plague doctor man. So he takes you back down the path. Eventually, he gets off the path, heading towards kind of a drop in the road. And eventually, the ground drops up completely into a small, kind of tight ditch. You look into the ditch, and you do see a boy just sitting at the bottom of the ditch. He seems somewhat dazed and confused. Maybe he's unconscious, maybe he's not completely there, but he's just sitting there. He's not calling for help or anything.
And as Sigmund, I call down to the boy, "Are you all right, young man?"
You hear nothing in response.
How old is the...
It is, I'd say, about maybe 20 to 30 feet deep.
As Sigmund, I look over to Leilani and I say, "You've got wings. Do you think that you could fly down?"
Sure.
It is a very tight ditch.
Oh, I'm like, okay, 2 seconds. And I pull out my weaver's kit.
Oh.
And I start weaving my web.
What's a weaver?
Weaver is like,
Like
so
spiderweb.
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm starting to weave my web into a rope.
Okay.
Would I have to do a roll for that?
No.
Okay.
So you make your rope, what do you do with it?
I kind of like throw it down the hole, but try to stick it to the boy. So
Okay.
I'm like, I'm that type of spider. Oh, wait. Can I put like a net at the end of it so like the boy gets caught?
Sure.
Okay.
I say you can do that.
Okay. So I'm just gonna like catch him.
So you toss down your special net web, and after a few attempts, you manage to get him entangled in it. Now you just need to pull.
Okay, everyone, grab the end and pull.
Okay, we pull. Yeah.
As both characters, I start to pull.
Combined strength, you're able to easily lift the small boy out of the ditch.
Hooray.
And you pull him back up next to you in the little web net thing.
And I quickly just break the strands.
The boy's just sitting there. He doesn't really seem to notice that he's been rescued. He's just kind of sitting there staring blankly.
See, As Sigmund, I get down on one knee and I take out a patch, or not a patch, a pouch that I have of medicinal herbs, and one of the more potent ones, I just sort of I let them just stick this under your nose. Please let me know if, I mean, he'll smell it if he's fucking there at all. So I stick it under the boy's nose. Does it do anything?
When you stick the herb up under his nose, at first there's like no reaction, but then he like stiffens and then he like turns in Sigmund's direction, kind of surprised. But he doesn't say anything. He's just like freaked out, probably by that weird mask.
Right. I hold up both of my hands, you know, at like his level, and I say, "No need to be afraid. I'm here to help you." And since I figure he is probably terrified of my fucking plague doctor helmet, I take it off, and I ask the boy, "Are you injured? You can just shake your head yes or no."
And the boy just looks back confused.
Do you have a family?
Still no response.
What?
Elsie, is the boy human?
Yes.
Can you walk?
He doesn't respond. He's just still staring. It's almost unsettling in a way.
It's almost what?
It's almost unsettling that the fact he's just staring blankly. Quietly.
Perhaps he's a goner.
I would like not to think that. Would you mind if I picked you up?
He doesn't shake his head, nor does he nod.
Okay. I, very gently, as Sigmund, pick the boy up. I'm holding him like princess style.
Okay. He doesn't struggle, and he doesn't fight against it. He just lets you pick him up.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set him back down, and I'm going to examine him really quick. I'm going to his eyes. Do I have to roll to see if there's anything wrong with his eyes?
Just do a general medical examination, roll a medicine check.
Okay.
Alright, you look the boy over, you check him at any possible way you can to determine if he has some sort of head injury, or if he's just dazed, if he's in shock. You look, and the strange thing is you don't find any sign of injury or any reason that he would be acting this way. You check his pulse, and he seems perfectly calm. You check his eyes, he's not completely focused on you, but he's also not completely unfocused either. You check his head, and he has no head injuries that would determine if he has like concussion or if he's just suffering from falling down the ditch at all. So whatever is wrong with him, it is not something medical.
Could it be something magical?
You can check.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Wowie!
Not funny, baby! You use your only not funny. Oh shit.
After Sigmund completes his investigation and determines that there's nothing medically wrong with him, Jill, you automatically come to the conclusion that it's magic. And immediately you can tell that he's been enchanted with something. And in fact, specifically, enchanted with something that erased his memory.
Oh.
It's a very powerful memory spell, so you know it's deliberate. And you know specifically, there's probably some sort of reason behind it, but of course you don't know why, you just know what kind of spell it is, and that it's a very strong amnesia-inducing spell.
Also, quick question. During my medical examination, and I'm asking out of character, would I have found anything like on his palms to indicate that he had done the ditch himself, or that like would there have been any markings on his body to indicate that he was placed down there?
You don't see anything that indicates that like he fell per se. It seems like he was set down just by how oddly dirt-free his hands, the rest of him was. So it wasn't like he tumbled.
Do we see any other way you can get down there?
From what you saw of the ditch, no, you don't see a way that like someone could have tunneled through. So he was just set down there somehow. You're not sure how exactly.
How old is the boy? Oh well, we can't ask. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
you
old
won't
does he look
answer.
like?
He seems to be, like, about the age of 11 or 12.
Hmm.
So younger than a teenager, but, like, not completely young.
Perhaps we
Well,
should just leave this boy? If a magical sorcerer put a curse on him and just set him in a hole, maybe they had a reason.
Hmm.
But it's just a ball. Yeah, no.
Well,
Yeah, that's technically not morally. We.
no, it's not. And, you know, as Sigmund, I let the party know, well, there's nothing medically wrong with him. He seemed to have a reaction to this potent herb, but that's about it. His eyes haven't... They can focus, but they're not focused at the same time. He seems to be very distant, and if he climbed down there himself, it seems that he may have been placed there. There's no sign of injury or concussion anywhere on his body. So, however he may have gotten down there, it seems he was placed there.
Okay, I let because I didn't before and I noticed now. Everyone know that this is probably from magical sources that he doesn't remember anything, and I assume that whoever put him in the hole is the same person that did this to him.
As Heath, can I do like a check of the surroundings to see if I can see like any signs of footprints to the hole and maybe?
Sure. So you look back at the area where the ditch was and at the road that you came off of. You do notice that the road is somewhat narrow and crowded, so it's not a very popular route. It's probably just used mostly by people trying to pass through very quickly. It is a very direct route from Porkcrawl to somewhere, but you're not sure where. You haven't been in this area. You're not really very well enough to know exactly where the road goes. You do see some tracks left on the road, but you couldn't tell when those tracks were made, which one's the freshest. And for the most part, they're, because the road is very beaten, not very clean, it's not going to help you too much to determine where they're going, and if they were the ones that, like, led to the ditch or not.
Right. As Sigmund, can I do an Arcana check to check the area around the ditch to maybe see again if there were any traces of magic and where those traces may have gone?
You can try.
Okay.
So you check the area to determine if there's some way you can figure out where the magic came from, where whoever used the magic went, but you can't tell.
I look to Jill again as Sigmund and I ask, can you tell if this magic is evil?
I look at the DM and ask, can I tell if this magic is evil?
No, you cannot tell if magic is evil.
I can't?
You can only tell if, like, a person using magic is, I mean, it's evil, but magic itself can't be inherently good or evil unless it's, like, you have something against necromancy.
Oh, yeah.
Or demonic magic or something.
Well, you see, kind man, kind creepy man, magic is not good or evil. People can be good or evil.
Let me just lecture you about morality.
I look to Jill and I'm like, I didn't ask for a lecture, but thank you. You know, like that look that Michael gives people in the office when he's looking at the camera? That's basically the look he just gave Jill, like, oh, thanks, asshole, I get it.
Milani just makes a confused face, like, what?
I
Oh shit,
look
hey,
at-
Milani, can you, like, fly up and see if we see anyone going anywhere? Because, well, presumably this boy hasn't been in that ditch for long. You said that he didn't look sick, so he's probably seen hungry or something, so this must be recent. And whoever we he must be around still. I know
Right.
when I fly up and then I ask the Overlord, does Leilani see anything?
Leilani, you do see, coming down the path a bit of a ways away, you do see someone, a man, you can't really make out from this distance, you just know it's a man coming down the path in this guise. A bit of a ways away, but coming up.
Okay, so I get down and tell everyone.
As Heath, I'm asking Leilani, in which direction is he?
There! I answered it, it's correct.
Do you just point? You can point.
Thank you. I let people know. Hey, Cooley, do you
Yeah.
mind coming with me really quick so we can see if this man knows anything?
Oh, sure. Yes. Do you want me to be visible? Seen? Do you want me to...
Can you be invisible?
You got it, man.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Cool, yeah, maybe. I don't know how he would take seeing a giant spider. No offense, of course.
Hey, that's no offense. I've killed many of his kind. Okay, let's go.
Alright.
That's always in these kind of situations.
Meanwhile, while Heath is going off in that direction with
Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to...
Oh my god!
Oops. Oh no!
Give us the fucking script for the B movie, why don't you?
That wasn't even invisibility.
Yeah, that's a sleep spell.
I accidentally clicked sleep.
Everyone, let's see that's how you fall asleep. Critical failures! Yeah!
I literally, the invisibility spell is literally just, I become invisible.
Okay.
Okay, you're invisible. Just count that off your number of spells you're using today.
Okay.
Cool. Meanwhile, as Sigmund, I'm actually going to kind of look back into the boys and I say, who am I speaking to right now?
Nobody answers.
Great.
Who is in this boy's body?
Sigmund is like superstitious. Be gone, thought.
Be gone. Okay. So Piccoli and Heath. Are you gonna meet him like directly, or are you sneaking around?
No, I think as Heath, I'm going to like.
Is.
As Heath approaches him from the front, I'll approach him from behind.
That's not a good way to put it.
Okay.
Perfectly secluded road. Nobody can hear him. This is awful.
Okay. So Heath, once you get close enough, you can see who's coming towards you. It looks to be another human man. Young man. He's got dark hair. He's kind of frantic. He's kind of rushing down the path, and instead of running the opposite way when he notices, actually runs up towards you. He's like, "Hey,
Whoa!
I need some help."
What's wrong, sir?
He stops a couple of feet in front of you. He's just like bending over and kind of panting like he's been running a long time. And he's just like, I'm looking for my brother. Have you seen a boy come down this way? He's about this tall and he's like gesturing. He's got dark hair. I've been looking for him. I don't know where he went. Have you seen anyone?
Is he young?
Yeah, he's 12 years old.
Follow me. I'm gonna lead him back to the party where the boy's at.
Okay.
Behind the boy, Peculiarly just awkwardly becomes visible again. So it kind of looks like she's just stalking this boy.
This man.
Oh, is it a man?
Yeah, it's a man. Young man.
Well, he's shorter than me, so he's a boy.
Like 20-ish. 20-ish. 30, 25-ish. Somewhere around there. He's got like a growing beard. He's developing something. The rest of the group, you see Heath coming back with someone in tow, and also Piccoli, who's no longer invisible. When the man accompanying you notices the boy that Sigmund is holding, he looks relieved. He's just like, "Chansey!" And he runs up to Sigmund.
And as Sigmund, I kind of just put one of my hands out and I say, something is not right with him.
And the man stops. He's just like, "What do you mean something's not right?" And he's looking down at the boy in Sigmund's arms. Chansey, he's called him. And he's looking kind of confused and now a little more concerned, like, what's wrong with him?
Well, he appeared to have somehow gotten to the bottom of that ditch. He's not injured, not quite.
Then what's wrong?
According to my cat friend here, He may
Hi.
be cursed.
What?
We aren't sure with what, though. Or at least I'm not sure. Young cat friend, do you know what the magic is?
I just know it's really, really, really powerful, and yeah. Hey, man, and I'm talking now to the guy that just came. Where do you come from? Do you know any powerful wizard in your area that might have done this?
No, look, I'm just a training sailor. I don't know any wizards or anything, and neither does he. He's only been gone for less than a day. What could have happened?
And why was he here alone?
Okay, well, he ran away from home. I was supposed to leave on a ship this morning, and we got into a bit of an argument over it. And I didn't know until my mother informed me that he ran off sometime I was supposed to be boarding the ship, and I've been looking for him since.
I kind of look at Keith right now because an idea is forming on my head, and then I ask him in my English, nice, in my head, and then I ask the guy, so for how long has your brother been gone? Like, for how long have you been looking for him? Exactly.
I spent several hours looking for him in town, and then several more looking for him out here. It's been over half a day, or I'd assume. I've lost track of time in my search.
I hand Chansey. Well, I set Chansey down for a bit, and I get a potion like out of my bag, and I tell the young man to drink it. It's a revitalization potion. It'll give you some energy. Doesn't taste that great, but it'll help.
The man pauses, and then he takes the potion. He's like, "Thank you. I guess I kind of need it right now," and he drinks it down.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could find a spell that allows him to have all the knowledge in the universe, and then if we give it to him, he'll remember everything.
The young man's just like,
I think he'll remember more than everything, and it might send him into shock and kill him.
Let's not do that,
Wow.
please.
As Heath, I look over to Jill. Well, not Jill. I'm actually gonna ask Leilani if she wants to help me look around the area to see if we can find any, suspicious characters.
Leilani just nods.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay, so I'm assuming, like, the layout of where we're at right now is, like, road, and then next to road is ditch, which is, like, more forest and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start heading into the forest as Heath. I let the party know where I'm going, and I tell Jill to stay there with Sigmund, in case she can provide more help as to, like, her arcana and stuff like that.
I put a thumbs up.
Okay.
I just follow.
So what does the rest of the group do?
Payculi's trying to, like, grab the little boy's cheeks, and she's like, wakey, wakey.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's Sigmund, I say, get your hands off of the boy. This is not what he needs right now.
Hey, what do you know what he needs? He could need some water. He could need.
He's under a very powerful spell. React to anything.
Oh,
the most he reacted to was a very potent herb I happen to have.
Perhaps True Love's kiss will wake him. Does he have
No.
any loves?
No. Well, no, I don't think he has any right now. He's not very popular in school.
Oh, he's a loser. Oh god. Oh
I'm
god.
like, you know that look I was giving Jill earlier? Yeah, now I'm looking at Peculi like that.
Oh god. I mean,
What he means is that your brother seems to be having trouble in school. By any chance, do you know anybody who may wish him harm?
He's a bit of a troublemaker, but it's not to the extent that anyone would wish to, like, do something bad to him. It's, in the kind of, lovable, annoying kind of way. I don't know how to describe it.
I understand what you mean.
What about something bad about your family, or you specifically? Does someone want something bad from you?
Well, no, but when you mentioned magic earlier, something did come to mind. You see,
What?
well, one of the things that, like, he argued with my mother about sometimes was that he wanted to go and study to be a druid. I think that might have been part of why he was running away. He wanted to go and pursue that dream of his. Would he have maybe found a druid and the druid done this to him?
Well, it looks like he got what he wanted. He can be a part of nature forever.
That's... Stop talking. Be quiet. Hey, Peguli, can you shut the fuck up?
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Maybe don't anger the giant spider.
Yeah,
Out of character, because Leland is not there.
Well, I'm gonna say to Sigmund, hey Sigmund, maybe don't anger the giant spider.
Don't...
I go back to Leith and tell him that I stumbled across, I don't know how to say that word.
Here, I'll give you a different word.
Okay, old looking cabin, and we should probably be cautious, because I didn't get too close if it was, just in case it was dangerous. So,
Did you sense any force of magic around the cabin?
I didn't check, I came back as soon as I saw it, just in case.
Go ahead and do that really quick before we head over, just so we know what we're dealing with.
Okay. So
Lonnie
it's
is a sacrifice.
That's
an Arcana check.
I can probably bring myself back. No, I can't. I don't know.
Okay, Leilani, you do sense strong magic around the cabin.
Oh boy, I think we found our culprit.
Wowee.
I go back and tell he.
Could you tell that it was a dangerous?
Overlord.
You only know what I told you. It's up to you to decide if it's dangerous or not.
Is it possible, out of character, is it possible, like, for, like, Jill to know if it's the same magic? If they
Jill
try?
can, yeah, determine that.
So I tell Heath we probably should go back and ask Jill if they can sense if it's the same magic.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back to the rest of the party.
Like from the same person thing. I mean, I don't think they escaped amnesia to a house.
Oh, wow. Well,
You get what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah, so we headed back.
Okay. So the rest of the group, you see Heath and Leilani come back with some news.
Were you able to find anyone? I say, Sigmund.
Not someone, but something, kind of.
What did you find? Found.
Cabin, but that's not the, like, why we came back. We sensed magic, but I want to know if it's the same magic, not surrounding, involved with the boy.
You want to know if the cabin has memory loss?
No.
It turns out it's just Heath's house. Where am I?
Suddenly Leilani's like, what cabin? Oh no!
I just
They
turn
mentioned
around
it
towards
like the fucking
Jill.
Twilight Zone music starts playing.
I just give a blank stare to Jill and I'm like, don't fuck with me. Don't.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Don't make fun of my social. You know with a look. I'm not saying anything.
Okay, yeah.
Just looking.
We've been together long enough to know I know the look, and I'm like, you know, I'm joking. Come on. Fine. Let me see this cabin.
Okay, you guys head to the cabin?
Yeah, Sigmund is gonna stay back with the boy really quick.
Okay. and the young man's gonna stay with him.
Okay.
So you guys head towards the cabin. Eventually, you come across the clearing, and the cabin is just sitting in the middle of it. On the outside, it appears to be in a state of disrepair. You see it's covered in overgrown clumps of moss, and where it's not covered in moss, you can see that the wood is rotting. The windows are thick with grease and dust, making it really hard to look through it. And the porch seems really unsafe to walk on. But the odd thing about it is that the front door of the cabin looks sturdy and new. It also has a lock.